An essay on the postmodern art of Driigun, poetry, image, and the rebirth of expression. In the whirlwind of postmodern thought, where the boundaries between reality and representation blur, the arts have been propelled into a new realm of creation, one that revels in the layers of meaning and the infinite play of signs. Postmodern art, liberated from the strictures of traditional form and content, has embraced the concept of simulacra, where representations no longer stand in for a distant original, but rather create realities of their own. Within this paradigm, the use of poetry, music, visual elements, and other art forms together becomes a powerful vehicle for this playful, yet profound creation of new art. By combining these arts, artists in the postmodern era have not merely borrowed from different disciplines, but have synthesized them into something uniquely generative, an ever-evolving, self-referential tapestry of meaning. Jean Baudrillard, a key figure in postmodern philosophy, defined simulacra as copies of things that either had no original or had lost any connection to it. This concept directly challenges the earlier idea of art as imitation, where artists sought to represent reality or distill the essence of human experience. Postmodern art, in contrast, revels in the idea that there is no authentic original to which art must adhere. Every creation is an interpretation, every interpretation a construction of reality. In this light, poetry becomes not merely an aesthetic form, but a tool of simulacra, a way of creating meaning by layering symbols and metaphors that refer not to concrete truths, but to other ideas and emotions. In this age of modern pursuit, the ambition to blend art and invention demands our utmost attention and fervent support. The arts, though often seen as mere adornments, possess a profound utility in shaping the creative mind, sharpening it for the pursuits of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, STEAM. The very exercise of reading, reflecting upon, and crafting new meanings from poetry provides a discipline of thought and an openness to juxtaposition that are foundational to invention. This practice, dear reader, is not mere whimsy. It is essential preparation for advancing the frontiers of knowledge. Let us consider the recent contributions of Driigun, an artist and thinker whose endeavors have ventured into that murky and often misunderstood world of simulacra. Here, in the territory of postmodern art, elements converge not for direct representation, but for the stimulation of imagination and interpretation. The Driigun Project, which sought to marshal unique digital means toward education, stands as a testament to the transformative power of art when it embraces poetry, the visual arts, and even the digital frontier. One might pause to consider the pairing of Thomas Gray's mournful lines, "For thee, who mindful of the unhonored dead, dost in these lines their artless tale relate. If chance by lonely contemplation led, some kindred spirit shall inquire thy fate," placed upon Marco Pedic's evocative photograph of a butterfly poised within the eye socket of a skull. Such a scene, immortalized by the hand of Driigun, invokes contemplation of life, death, and rebirth, challenging us to find new narratives where two distinct elements converge. In essence, it embodies the soul of postmodern thought, a place where meaning is made, not received. Simulacra, by its very nature, embraces this kind of fluidity. It reflects a world where media, culture, and art are intertwined and constantly referencing each other in ways that construct our perception of reality. Postmodern works like these don't aim to reflect the world as it is, but rather create new worlds, where every artistic element contributes to a complex, layered reality of its own making. In some ways, the convergence of poetry and other art forms in postmodernism can be likened to a collage. Each element, whether word, image, or sound, is a piece of a larger picture. But unlike traditional collage, where disparate elements are combined to create a unified whole, postmodern art resists this unification. The combination of poetry, music, and visual art is not meant to bring coherence, but rather to invite the audience to dwell in the tension between these forms, to engage with art as a process rather than a product. In this way, the use of multiple art forms in concert reflects a key tenet of postmodern thought: the rejection of grand narratives, of absolute truths, in favor of multiplicity, fragmentation, and indeterminacy. Through this manner of art, young minds are encouraged to embrace contrasts and reimagine possibilities. Much as the artist layers poetry and digital visual elements, so does the inventor layer ideas, materials, and functionalities. For the painter or poet, each line, each stroke, is an experiment, each choice a potential outcome. This exercise of creative thought is vital preparation for any field requiring innovation, from engineering to biology to mathematics. In pursuit of a more formal education in this vein, Driigun attempted to employ novel digital means, merging miniature acrylic sculptures, clay, wire, and latex forms to produce what he boldly claims as the world's first NFT, an artifact of technological innovation marshaled toward artistic intent. Yet the Driigun Project, though rich in ingenuity, did not receive the resounding embrace from formal educational institutions that one might expect for so novel an endeavor. It stands as a testament to the necessity of circumventing the rigid structures of conventional systems, for Driigun's works did not falter for want of merit, but were rebuffed by those who might fail to see beyond the barriers of traditional education. In his revolutionary turn, Driigun bypassed these barriers to bring forth Georg's Ghost, an audiobook creation that defies the standard, blending commentary with his original art and verse, with the time-honored works of poets such as Voltaire, Dickinson, and Frost, and weaving in lyrics from Al Stewart to Lin-Manuel Miranda. Through this platform, the project crosses from mere education into the realm of philosophy, bearing the artist's message directly to the people rather than petitioning the approval of academic gatekeepers. Here, I urge the consideration of such endeavors in our schools, not as diversions but as integral to the kindling of creative thought so crucial to STEAM. Thus, this fusion of art and technology, text and image, is not a vain aesthetic, but an exercise to expand the bounds of imagination. It trains the mind to identify connections and to take inspiration from unrelated elements, yielding potential innovations. And so, we must hold aloft the torch for art in all its forms, securing it not merely as a pastime, but as a tool for invention and a crucible of thought. To support postmodern art in the realms of education is to arm our citizenry with the courage to imagine boldly and build skillfully. Let us ensure that this mingling of poetry, art, and science becomes not just a hopeful experiment, but the enduring bedrock upon which our next great age of invention stands.